Hi, welcome back. I'm Juan, and this is My Brain on Sports. Today I'm taking you with me to the DC United season opener game. This was the first matchup of the 2026 Major League Soccer or MLS season for the home team. They play Philadelphia Union. One of the things that makes going to the DC United games at Audi Field unique, they have really good public transportation access. One of the things that we like to do is to park outside the city, and we leave our car at the metro station, which is free, and we take a ride to the station closest to the stadium complex. Audi Field Stadium is only about 15 minutes from the closest train station, which is not too bad. Usually going from the station to the stadium and back is pretty okay with us. One of the cool things about this walk is that we always pass by the baseball stadium, home of the Washington Nationals, which if you're a sports fan is always a nice sight. This time around we had two big reasons to arrive at the stadium early. One was because I wanted to have enough time to film as many things as I could. I feel like I've never walked around the entire stadium, only to wherever section I was going in the past. And then the second reason was because there was a giveaway happening. If I remember correctly, the first 5,000 fans received a pair of earmuffs at the entrance. So this is what they look like. As you can tell by what I'm wearing in some of the clips, it was still pretty cold weather. The game was towards the end of February, so it was still pretty chilly. So the earmuffs definitely came in handy. As you know from some of my previous videos, I don't come to these events just to watch the sports match, but also because I consider it a cultural experience. So I greatly appreciate when teams take the time and make the effort to offer some of these things either before or after the game, things that involve the family or that give you an opportunity to experience the event in more rich ways, such as with the music, food, even the giveaways and other ways to interact with sponsors, sometimes with players. Just from a business point of view for the teams, I feel like this is a great way to bring in more revenue in addition to the ticket sales. And speaking of additional revenue for the team, I was looking to get my first piece of DC United gear since I've been to a few games before and I didn't really own any. And also I'm planning on coming to other games in the future, so I really wanted to at least have something with the team logo on it. I was interested in getting something like a scarf or like a beanie, and I almost got both, but I decided to take it a little bit easier with the money, and I only got the beanie, as you can see in the videos as well. After that, we took a walk just to check out all the food places, to see everything that they had to offer. We were looking for the best option that we could try. I have to say, based on the last few events I've been to, I think Audi Field has the most diverse and interesting food options, especially if you're okay with international options, which if you're not, you're wrong and you're missing out. We finally decided on this Peruvian food truck and we were standing in line, but it was moving a little bit too slow and I thought we were gonna miss the start of the game. So we just left and tried to find something closer to the section where we were sitting. Sadly, the only thing I was able to find in time was chicken tenders and fries, which nothing wrong against those, but after all the time and effort we spent looking, I feel like it was one of the most basic options. So for this game, I convinced my partner Emily to go to the supporters section, which, if you're not familiar with American soccer culture, is the standing section behind the goal. Probably closest to the European ultras or the Latin American barras bravas. I feel like the American supporters sections are not as developed as the European or Latin American ones, but are definitely growing in popularity in recent years. We don't usually sit in this section, but I thought since I was making this video for YouTube, it would be a good opportunity to show one of the most, I would say, culturally rich atmospheres at the stadium and at one of these games. And of course, with me being from Colombia, I have to admit I have a soft spot for the passion in these sections. I love the sound of the drums, the chants and the smoke and all of that stuff. Of course, this is not the most comfortable option and arguably not the best view from the stands. But if you have the energy and are looking to get more out of your visit to a stadium, I think this is the way to go. Also, shout out to Don Churro, the food stand where we ended up getting some authentic Mexican hot chocolate and a churro, of course, which was perfect because it was getting a little bit chilly during halftime. So that was actually the highlight in terms of food options for our visit. The game was good overall. The home team, DC United, won by a score of 1-0. Which until the end, I didn't think they were gonna hold on to that lead, but they did, which was great, especially because the energy was really cool where we were sitting. Standing. I'm still not fully sold on the team, but hey, a win is a win and it made for a great party. So it turned out to be a really fun night, and on my way out, I made sure to check out this huge team mural, which I have to admit, out of the players that you can see there, the only one I know is Wayne Rooney. I'm sure if you follow a little bit of soccer in the past years, you know who Rooney is. But maybe you don't know that he played here during 2018 and 2019. And he was also a coach between 2022 and 2023. Aside from that, it looks like I'm going to have to study my DC United history. After that, we walked back to the metro station and took a ride to where we park our car. I have more events coming up, so don't forget to subscribe and like this video and check out my previous videos as well. See you next time.